Thank you, all those that are waiting for the hospital board to proceed. We're just transitioning from one meeting to the other.
Good afternoon, everyone. I believe we have quorum in the meeting and in the room, so we'll get underway. See, if I start talking, we're actually in the meeting now, right? Good afternoon. It is the regular hospital board meeting for March 22nd, 2023. I can't get out of the habit of acknowledging that we're gathered here today on the traditional unceded territories of the Coast Salish people. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Somebody might have just tuned in today for this meeting, so I want to thank everyone for coming and for share my gratitude for being here on those territories. With that, we will get underway. Mr. Robbins.
A motion to adopt the agenda as circulated, please.
Moved by Director Nicholson, seconded by Director Manhas. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Mr. Robbins.
A motion that the minutes of the hospital board meeting of December 14th, 2022 be adopted.
If there are no errors or omissions, if you can remember back that far. Moved by Director Toporowski, seconded by Director Douglas. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor and opposed? None opposed, motion carries. The crunching of the bags tells me is that we needed a snack to bridge to lunch. Mr. Robbins.
Moving through your agenda, there is no public virtually or within the boardroom here. We're going to move right through to staff reports, and that's HSR1. It's a report from the Finance Division with regards to CVR HD bylaw number 149, Cowichan Valley Regional Hospital District 2023 to 2028 Financial Plan bylaw 2023.
Thank you, Mr. Robbins.
And welcome back, Ms.
Welcome
Weiner.
back, Ms. Weiner. Yay! Nice to see you. Microphone. You haven't been here for a bit. It's totally understandable.
have not been here, so yes, nice to see all the smiling faces. In front of you, I've prepared a 6-year financial plan for the hospital district. Normally, there's only a 1-year plan that's prepared, but this is a 6-year to sort of give a better idea of, through the construction of the hospital project and other projects coming along, so we can look at where the taxes are. So this plan suggests a 5% increase for the first 3 years, and then dropping down to a 4% increase. It also takes into account that we will have to do short-term borrowing until the project is complete when we go out for long-term borrowing. So you'll see that there's interest payments throughout the document and up until the last year. That's why it's a 6-year plan. The 6th year is the year that we would go out for long-term borrowing.
All very clear. Thank you, and thank you for the report. It was enough detail, but definitely enough clarity to set us on the path forward. So this is the information report leading to the bylaws upcoming in the agenda. Any questions for Ms. Weiner or through to staff? Seeing none. That's a soft welcome back.
That's a really nice welcome back. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Justice. Sorry, Professor Justice. Director Justice. So many titles today. Director Justice.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair. This is a question with respect to the letter that came from Vancouver Island Health Authority with respect to the Urgent Primary Care Center.
Yep.
They do say in the letter that they will be requesting cost sharing at the appropriate time, so that's obviously not part of these 6-year budgets. Can you speak a little bit to that and when we might deliberate over that?
Actually, that is part of the 6-year plan. There's a $5 million that's been put in for the next year, but that's just an estimated amount at this point in time. And so once figures come in a bit better, I'd be updating the plan at that point. So typically, regional hospital districts funds projects up to 40%.
Okay, thank you. May I just have a
Yep.
a follow-up? I guess I was wondering about whether or not the mandate of the hospital board was appropriate to those EPCCs, because as I understand it, our mandate is effectively for hospitals and hospital facilities, whereas I think that the urgent and community care, I sort of lost the UPCCs.
Urgent and primary care centers.
Yes.
Are in part urgent care, but primarily about attaching non-attached residents to practitioners in primary care. So I guess the question is there some concern that the mandate of the hospital board does not fit with funding nonprofit, community-based primary care?
Really good question, through the Chair to Director Justice. There was a survey done probably about 4 years through all of the regional hospital districts, and we found that there was a great range, even into long-term care facilities, that they were funding. It seems like there's quite liberal room on it, but it all depends on the appetite of the board and the regional hospital district board at the time. So I know in a couple of cases that's been turned down.
Yeah, so if I can answer just based on examples we have here in the community, both the former Chemainus Hospital, Ladysmith Hospitals have become urgent primary care centers with clinics attached. There is some separation when there's a private or a arm's length run facility within an urgent primary care facility that isn't directly funded through the hospital district. Like, so if there's like a doctor's office, that's separately, it's a leased space generally to that practitioner outside of the hospital board's purview. But like in our existing capital plan, there's like at the Ladysmith Urgent Primary Care Center, there's an ultrasound machine. Cowichan District Hospital performs a lot of the urgent primary care functions here. So a lot of the capital, the short-term capital is for that facility. But we've also in the past provided funding through the hospital district to the hospice, Cowichan Hospice up at Carensmore in that project. So there is discretion within the board's purview whether to fund those things or not required necessarily, but possible. So I don't know if that helps or raises more questions for you.
No, that's fine. Thank you very much. If I might just give one little more comment. I mean, actually, I think it's a very good idea for the hospital board to be looking at funding capital costs for primary care. As we all know, primary care is suffering, and there's many people who can't find family doctors, and that has to do with family doctors not wanting to practice family medicine because of difficulties with funding their capital costs and so on. So I think it's generally a good idea, and we should look at that in a more general sense for nonprofits to attract and retain practitioners in the communities.
Thank you very much, and I agree. All right, any further discussion before we move on, Mr. Robbins? And Ms. Weiner, it's great to see you back. Thank you. Mr. Robbins.
The report was the precursor to bylaws under agenda item 13, HB1. The recommendation that CVRHD bylaw number 149, Cowichan Valley Regional Hospital District 2023 to 2028, financial plan bylaw 2023 be granted first, second, and third readings.
Moved by Director Justice, second by Director Douglas. Seeing no questions, no comments, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed, motion carries. Mr. Robbins.
And the recommendation that CVRHD bylaw number 149, Cowichan Valley Regional Hospital District 2023 to 2028, financial plan bylaw 2023 be adopted.
Moved by Director Staples, seconded by Director Morrison. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? None opposed, none opposed, motion carries.
And moving through, Mr. Chair, to item 19, closed session, a motion to close the, this board with regards to two items, minutes from December 14, 2022, and an item under Section 90, subsection 1K of the Community Charter under negotiations.
Moved by Director Nicholson, seconded by Director Martman. All those in favor? None opposed? None opposed? That was psychological. None opposed? There were none opposed. Vote